welcome to The Beginner Saxophonist, Episode 3, How to Hold the Saxophone. Alright, so now that you have your saxophone put together and you have neck strap on, saxophone's all set to go, now we're going to learn how to hold it. So first of all, make sure that your neck strap isn't too tight or too loose. You want it somewhere in the middle. You don't want your saxophone to be hanging way down here, and you don't want it to be way up here so that it's hitting you in the eye. You want it somewhere in the middle for starters. And then hand position. Okay, so your right hand, you want your right thumb to be under this hook. Yours may be metal, mine's plastic. It's different on different saxophones, but you want it under that hook. And then you'll have your right hand fingers here. So there's 3 little circular pearls, and you'll just rest your fingers on them. The pinky can kind of just hang out here-ish, and that's how the right hand goes. That will support the saxophone. Then with your left hand, you'll put your left thumb on this circle. Yeah, yours may look different, but it'll be generally a little pad there. And your hand will come around, and you'll have your fingers like so. So this can be a little confusing for some people first starting out. So there's a little tiny key right here, and then there's another key up here. This one sometimes has a pearl on it, depending on the saxophone. So that's where things get a little confusing if this top one has a pearl on it. So whether it is just metal like this, it has a pearl, whatever, you want to ignore that top key for now. That's called the altissimo key. You don't need it for a while. And then you'll put your index finger here. You'll skip this little tiny key. Middle finger there, ring finger there, and then yeah, pinky can just kind of hang out down here. And that is your hand position. All right, so for posture, first of all, make sure that, I told you before, you want your neck strap somewhere in the middle. Now that you know how to hold the saxophone, make sure that the mouthpiece is coming directly into your mouth. So you want it just to naturally come right up to your mouth. Again, you don't want to be like reaching for it, and you don't want it to be stabbing you in the eye. You want it to go to your mouth. All right. So for sitting, you want to sit with the saxophone. If you're playing alto, you want to sit with the saxophone between your legs. So it'll just rest there, hang in between your legs. You'll sit at the edge of your chair. Nice seated position at the edge of your chair with that saxophone in between your legs. You don't want to be resting the saxophone on top of your legs, and you don't want to be squeezing the saxophone with your legs. You just want to support it. That's why it's important to have the neck strap tight enough but not too tight. You want it that perfect in the middle, coming right up to your mouth, so that you don't have to support it with your legs, if that makes sense. So, just sit there. And another important thing is that you want the neck to be positioned so that your arms aren't bent in any kind of weird way. You don't want this, for example. You don't want this wrist to be bent so much. So make sure that both your wrists are fairly straight when you're holding the saxophone, and that the neck is positioned to come into your mouth when your arms are straight. So that's really important. That'll definitely save a lot of hassle later on with holding your saxophone ergonomically. When you stand up for alto, nothing's really going to change. It'll still be in the middle. That's why most professionals, or all professionals you see playing alto in between their legs. I know a lot of band directors like to teach alto on the side for some reason. I think it's because they don't want students to rest it on their legs or squeeze it with their legs, but no one plays alto on the side. Because again, when you stand up, you want to have the same posture. Tenor, on the other hand, you will play to the side. So with tenor and bari, you'll play those to the side. You'll want to twist your mouthpiece just a little bit if you are playing tenor, to come straight into your mouth so that you're not having to like bend your neck or your head at all. And when you're standing up with a tenor, that is also not gonna change. You'll just have that position like that. It'll stay to the side when you stand up. All right, so I hope that helped you learn how to hold the saxophone and how to have good posture while you're playing. Be sure to like and subscribe so you know when I have new videos up. See you next time.